Namaste friends, I'm out in the beautiful Welsh countryside with my little Peanut who's putting wet paws all over me at the moment. I hope you guys enjoy the beautiful scenery behind me today, and we're going to be doing a beautiful stretch morning flow which everybody is welcome to take part in, and we're going to be focusing a lot on shoulders today. So perhaps you've woken up with tight shoulders, this may be a really good flow for you in the morning. So we're going to start off in a comfortable cross-legged seat, and let's hope that Mr. Peanut behaves a little bit more than last time he came and shot with us. So start off by just gently hugging your core back, taking the tops of your palms to your knees. Sit up tall through the crown and relax your shoulders. Just taking a moment here to tune into the body before we begin. Breathe naturally. Become aware of what parts of your body are feeling a little achy today. And when you're ready, start to deepen the breath nice and deep through the nose if possible. Inhale your hands, reach them to the sky, follow with your face. Stretch and draw them back down. 2 more just like this. You can open your eyes if you want. Take your hands down to your mat. Lock your elbows so your arms are nice and straight. Draw your shoulders down and drop your head to one side. Slowly and with the breath, find some neck rolls from shoulder to shoulder. Now lean over towards the left side and inhale, raise your right arm up and over your head for a side body stretch. If you can, come down to the forearm. Tilt your chest towards the sky. And now take this right arm over towards the left side of the mat and drop your head down. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. And then draw it back up to the side. Let's take it to the other side. Taking it nice and slowly this morning. Again, option to stay up on the hand or to come down to the forearm. Taking this arm now down to meet that right arm. Drop your head, rest your shoulders. And then come back up to the side with the side body stretch. And then back up to center. Meet me on all fours in tabletop, stacking shoulders with wrists and knees with hips. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, tuck the chin and the tailbone. Really draw those shoulder blades apart. Follow your breath and keep going. You can find a little movement, rocking your body from forwards to back. Draw your hands forward and rest your head down onto your mat for your puppy pose. Keep your elbows lifted off the ground, hug your belly button back. Roll yourself back to your tabletop. Inhale your right arm to the sky. Watch it look up to the sky. And then draw that arm underneath the opposite arm. Taking your thread the needle. My brain wasn't working for a moment there. Keep breathing deeply. Maybe you can take this left arm and grip the inside edge of your right thigh. If that's not possible, place it on the top of your bum. And then draw that left arm down to the ground, push yourself back up, reach that right arm back up to the sky. Come up off of this back right leg and lift it up in line with your hip. Hold it, hugging your core in. If you fall out of it, don't worry. Just find your balance. Perhaps take a grip of these right toes and then kick into your palm, opening up, pressing the chest forwards and your hips as well. This is a challenge for balance, so don't worry if it doesn't look graceful. And then release that foot, take it behind this left leg so that you're coming into Gomukhasana legs, and then sit down between your feet. So open your feet out to the sides. If this is not accessible, then just come into any comfortable seat, or you can raise your hips up onto a block. And then we're going to take our right arm up and over our head. You can use your left arm, your left hand to push that arm a little further back. You might have heard Peanut purring then on the mic. I think he just rubbed his face on it. Or you can take this left arm behind your spine and take a grip of your right fingertips. Sit up tall. Breathe deep. Close your eyes and enjoy the stretch. Okay, release your hands. Move yourself forwards, coming back into your tabletop. Just stretch that right leg out behind you. Hold it and find a little bounce with the foot using your glutes. So keep your hips in line with each other. And then back to tabletop. Inhale, raise your left arm to the sky this time. And then draw it underneath the right. So you'll thread the needle. Taking this right arm to the sky, placing it maybe on the top of your tailbone. Or perhaps you can take a grip of the inside edge of your right thigh. Breathe deep into the stretch and actually push your hips towards the right to get a deeper stretch into this left shoulder blade. Release this left arm. Take it down to the mat and push yourself back up. Inhale this left arm up to the sky. Keep it there and then raise the left leg in line with your hip. Finding that balance, hugging in through the core. And then if you can, take a grip of the inside edge of this left foot and kick back. Open through the chest, press the chest forwards. Peanut is up in the tree, I can see him. Breathe deep. It may look more graceful on one side than the other. And then release that foot. Roll yourself forwards, coming into your tabletop with this left leg lifted. Find a little bounce, squeezing the glute. And then cross that left knee behind the right, coming into our Gomukhasana legs. Open up through the feet and sit down between the feet if possible, or take a different seated variation, or sit your bum up onto a block. Take a moment here, let your legs just sink into this pose. And then we'll add on the arms. So let's take this left arm, bend it up and behind the head. Use the right to draw it a little further back. Or if you want to, you can take the right behind your spine and take a grip of the fingertips. You can sit here with your eyes open if you've got a beautiful view in front of you. Just breathe deep. Be in this present moment. Or you can close your eyes and draw your senses to the sounds around you. Okay, slowly release the grip of the arms. And we're going to, if you're in a seated position, just find your way into the next pose. If you're like I am in Gomukhasana legs, you're going to start to twist yourself towards the left and keep twisting until you come into a wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so we haven't stretched the hamstrings this morning, so take a bend in the legs and just hang your hands really heavy in front of you. Maybe even find a rock forwards and backwards. And then interlace your hands behind your spine and allow your arms to fall up and over, stretching through the fronts of the shoulders. Option to keep your palms together. Allow them to fall open, or you can push your palms away from you so they face away from the body. You might want to start to straighten and bend through the legs. Just warm them up, almost as if you're going into a side lunge, but nice and slowly. And then inhale, half lift, look forwards, and then take your arms alongside your body. Use the strength of your spine and your legs. Keep the legs bent if needed. Hug your core back. We're just going to hold this for a few breaths. If you want more challenge, take your hands out in front of you. Strengthening the core and the spine. One more breath. And fold. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Rise. And lift your arms back parallel to the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Taking one more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Now plant your hands down and slowly start to find the cross of the legs, coming back into your Gomukhasana legs just for a moment here. Okay, and then from your Gomukhasana, come on forwards into your tabletop once again. Take one round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. Now tuck your toes and send your tailbone up to the sky for your first downward facing dog. Make sure your shoulders are pulling apart in an external rotation, and you've got a slight internal rotation of the legs in your down dog. Hands shoulder distance, feet around hip distance. Hug your belly back, look between your legs, and breathe nice and deep. Look forwards between your hands. You can step, walk, or take a little jump to the top of the mat. Don't worry if it didn't look too good. Inhale, half lift, look forwards. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees as much as you need. Roll your spine all the way to standing. Inhale, raise your hands to the sky. Back down to the side body. Lift up through this right leg. Just keep that knee towards your chest. If this is where you are, stay here. Or challenge yourself by straightening the leg. holding it just for a breath. And then cross it over this standing leg. Either wrap the foot once or twice into your eagle legs. Start to sit a little lower down, almost like you're going into a chair pose. You can keep your hands in prayer at your heart center, or you can wrap your arms around each other. Left arm on top of the right. Either wrap it once or twice. Breathe deeply here in your eagle pose. Balance is a challenge when you're filming outdoors. The ground is so uneven. Woo! Release your arms. Release the top leg. Extend or keep it bent. And then draw it back down. Take it to the other side. Lift up the left leg. Squeeze your glutes and hug the knee close to your tummy. You can extend the foot for a breath. And then wrap that leg over the standing leg, either once or twice. And we're going to wrap the right arm over the left once or twice. Release your arms. Release your leg, hug it towards your stomach. Extend if you'd like to. And now step this left leg behind you for high lunge. Sink down deep so your front leg is parallel to the mat. Keep your hips squared facing forwards. Open up warrior two. Look beyond your right fingertips. And sink down towards this left leg for a side lunge, Skandasana. You can sink a little lower or stay up a little higher. Use the power of your legs if possible, maybe even take your arms in front of you. Lift up, take it over to the right. Using the power of the arms, lift yourself back up. Come on forwards into high lunge. And very slowly drop the back knee down to the ground for your low lunge. Keep your arms lifted for extra challenge, or you can take it to the front knee. Plant your hands, step to plank. Squeeze your glutes and tuck your tailbone. Exhale down, chaturanga. You can always drop the knees to the ground. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Meet me in down dog. Look between your hands and step this left leg between your palms. Inhale, rise to high lunge. Keep your hips squared. Open it into warrior two. Look beyond your left fingertips. And then lower it down towards that right leg for Skandasana, side lunge. Use the power of your legs to send it up and over to the other side. Peanut has rejoined us. And then once again, using the power of your legs, send it all the way back up. Come to your high lunge. And then from your high lunge, just send your back knee to the ground for your low lunge. Keep your arms lifted to the sky. And then plant your hands down, step back into a plank. And then from your plank, let's take a chaturanga. If my little peanut moves out the way. Exhale down. You. And inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. He didn't make that too easy for me this time. Exhale or inhale back, downward facing dog. Let's take a twist in our down dog, taking this right hand to meet, this left hand to meet the right ankle. Twist and look underneath your right shoulder. If this is not possible, then just take your hand to the mat wherever you can and take a little twist. And then we're going to take it to the other side. So back to your down dog and then twist over to the left. Back to your down dog. Draw your knees to the mat, open up through your feet. So your knees are touching, your feet are open. Sit down between those feet. If this is not accessible, take any comfortable seat. And we're going to take this left arm across the body. With your right hand, just draw that arm all the way across your chest, stretching the back of the shoulder. Release, give your arms a little slap at the back and at the front, your hands. And then take this right arm across your body and hold it close to you with your left. Find those little hand slaps behind and in front. Don't worry if your hands don't actually touch behind your back. Peanut's not sure what that is. And then release. Come up into a kneeling position, or you can take any seated position. We're just going to take a moment to roll the shoulders in one direction and then in the other. Do a couple of neck rolls. And then rest your palms, the tops of your hands onto your legs. Close your eyes. Ending with just a moment of silence together before the class ends. You can stay and meditate for as long as you like, or raise your hand with the eyes still closed. Just rotate your wrists in one direction and then in the other. Raise your hand to the sky, inhale. Exhale, find an arch, grab onto your knees and arch your spine. One more, just like that. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, arch, hold onto your knees. Come back into a neutral seat and you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I will make sure I try to get to all of you, reply to each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day, and until the next class, I will see you soon.